What's up, everybody? Welcome to
What's up, everybody?
episode 23, Comically Gaming. Welcome.
Welcome.
I'm Nate.
Yep. I'm Corey.
Yep, and don't forget, you can always check out our website, gamescomicsandculture.wordpress.com. News, articles, links to videos, all that junk's up on there. Email us, questions, comments, concerns at gamescomicsandculture@gmail.com. Patreon, support us there. Become our first Patreon supporter. We're in episode 23. Come on, get one in there. $1 a month. You know you love it. Patreon.com/GCANDC. Check us out on Twitter at GCANDC. I'm at Darth Nader, DARTH_N8R.
I'm at CJ Closter, KLOSTER.
And then go to our Facebook group. That's the place to find us, Games, Comics, and Culture. Type that into Facebook. It'll pop up there. Also, I finally realized that this month, if you go, or this week, if you go to YouTube and actually just type in Comically Gaming, we finally pop.
Oh, really?
Yep. Yep.
Nice.
So that's the way to find us there on YouTube. Tell your friends, loved ones, everybody.
Yeah.
Punch Comically Gaming into YouTube, and that'll pull us up nowadays. But we still want to get some subscribers. Corey, we got 30 subscribers. Thank you, everybody.
Nice.
Yep, thanks for joining.
30.
Yep, we're hoping to get, again, we want 100 subscribers before our 100th episode. That's the plan here, so we can get our URL on YouTube. We need it.
4 up.
Yep. So, and then last but not least, please, if you're watching the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share the video. All that stuff helps us.
Yep.
Yep.
Sure.
Yep. Totally. So, Corey, how you doing?
Not bad. How's it going?
Good. Big week. Big week. All those trailers and stuff that dropped.
Can't be that great with your sickness.
Yeah, that is true. I do have a cold. But,
Yep.
yeah,
Great week.
Trying to pull through for the sake of the show, bringing the
They
people what
sound
they
better
need.
than yesterday.
I did just pound some ibuprofen, so I'm riding the ibuprofen high at the moment.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Watch out.
Yep.
Yeah.
What you got?
Yeah, big week, though. For me, I don't know. I mean, we saw the trailers. What did I do this week?
Yeah, any of them.
The video games, pretty much just played some Dirt and Destiny, a little Limbo while my internet was out. Internet's back up now.
So, let's talk Dirt.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dirt's dope.
Dirt's dope. Exactly.
Yeah. I really like it.
Yep. So, I just wanted to throw it out there. We got a league going right now.
Yeah.
We're doing a practice one, but we're soon going to turn it into a weekly deal. For those of you that don't know, Dirt is a rally racing game. So it's basically you can do races where it's you versus the track. And the way that the league is set up, you search the league, find the league, and then you can go in there once a week, post your time, and then it ranks everybody for the season based on how you did that week or whatnot. So it's really cool. I think it's a good way to play online where you're not playing head-to-head with a million people that are just driving like race car drivers never would, trying to smash people into walls and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I think it's fun. But other than that, what do you think of Dirt? I'm obviously a little bit more into racing games than you are.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, normally you are, but I feel like I'm almost just as into Dirt as you are. I really like it. Just like we've talked about, just the feel of the cars going around the different terrain and how you got to drift it. I mean, it's more about, just as much about braking as it is, accelerating. And, most racing games, you're just trying to go as fast as possible and,
ricocheting off the walls.
Yeah,
Right.
It's worth it if you can do it right. But in Dirt, if you do that, you go tumbling off a mountain and smash into a tree and die.
Right.
And then you can't finish. It's not, your car damage is really important. I mean, I like it. It's just so different. I mean, you got your what's he called?
Navigator?
Is that the official term?
I don't know what the official term is.
Co-pilot.
Co-pilot, yeah.
Yeah. giving you the directions, and I mean, you have to pay close attention to those guys. It makes you feel like in rally racing in real life how important that guy's job is.
Yeah,
Because,
totally.
like, if he says left when it's actually right, you're dead. Both
Right.
of you.
Right. Yeah, totally.
So, but yeah, I really like it. I like how it's usually you destroy me in racing games, and I feel like I'm getting the hang of it. I mean, I beat you on one round of the last four,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Yeah, totally. The I agree with everything you said there. I'll just throw in there like I did a night race in a snowy terrain when it was raining. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
You know, and,
Yep.
and the way that the car handles in that environment versus on a dry pavement or whatever
Yeah.
feels so much different. Just has such a good feel to it. Like I
Oh
totally
yeah.
dig it.
Yeah, when you come skirting off an ice patch of after a mile of ice on the pavement, you're like, whoa,
Yep.
okay,
Yep.
got to step on it here.
Yep.
Like, all of
Exactly.
a sudden, I have traction.
Yeah. Totally. And I just want to ask you: do you use the handbrake?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because that's a must. Like I'm still not good at it, but when you actually hit those tight turns where you don't have to decelerate, where you just use that brake right and slide around it,
Yeah.
you come out of those curves so fast. Like obviously that's the key to being good at the game for real.
Oh yeah.
You know?
Yep. That's what I've been trying to do for the most part.
Right. It sucks though. There's a rock or something there that
Yeah, and
if you
fall.
take it wrong, yeah, you're screwed. Yep.
Yep. Especially like when I play the career mode or whatever, I'm a little more ballsy. But when it's the online, like
Sure.
I don't know. I played a little more safe, but you can only play it so safe.
Yep. Yep.
You want
Totally.
to take the time.
Totally. So what else do you say? You said Destiny.
Yeah, Destiny, Dirt, and Limbo.
So last week I was super negative on Destiny. This week I had a good week
Yeah,
where I
you
popped a
did.
bunch of levels right when I was doing it,
Yes,
and
sir.
that makes all the difference. That's the thing.
Oh yeah,
Like,
you were just having a shit week there. But
yeah,
usually the grind pays off a little bit at least, but you weren't getting shit.
yeah, and the fact that that's even possible is a problem. But again, this week I finally grounded out to where I'm raid ready now. I'm 370, which is what the raid says it is, even though from what I understand the end of the raid's 380. But yeah, 370. I'll whatever. I've been striving for that for a month now, or however long it's been, and finally made it. So it
Got it yesterday.
yeah, definitely accomplished.
Definitely grounded out. How many hours we play? Like 4 or 5 hours or something.
Too many.
Yeah.
Too many. What else? TV shows, comics. What else do you do this week? You still reading?
Comics. Yeah, I probably read a month's worth of Marvel comics. Trying to decide which ones I want to keep reading and which ones I
Right.
want to stop reading. Just,
What do you want to keep? What are your favorites right now? Have you read the current month, or are you a few months back?
no. Yeah, I'm in late July right now, I think.
Okay.
So,
And what are you digging?
yeah. Digging the all different Avengers. Civil War is kind of cool. Amazing Spider-Man, it's really good. Invincible Iron Man. I was really into A-Force, and that kind of fell off the past couple issues I read. Let's see. I don't know. Civil War is kind of cool.
Yeah. That's it. That's all you got for me.
Yeah, I mean, playing this catch-up game, they all kind of blur together. You just kind of have to
Sure.
like read 10 in a row or whatever.
Right. I read. Have you been reading Star Wars at all?
No, I'm trying to get caught up. Once I get current on Marvel, then I'm going to backtrack on Star Wars. I have issues 1 through 17 right now.
So
Ready to read.
the current one is 23. I just read that this
Yeah.
week, and it's good. I don't like whoever's the recent kind of arcs that they're on. It's apparent they have different artists for each book. I do not like the art in number 23.
Yeah.
It's way too cartoony looking. but the story's awesome. Now, how they kind of these separate storylines are starting to come together, and I'm definitely into what's going on, what's happening next with it.
Yeah.
Um, read Batman #8. Batman is in the middle of doing the thing that I hate, where #8, from what happened between #7 and #8, there's obviously a whole bunch of story that I missed, and hate it. And it's a shame because I totally am digging the art that's in the Batman #8 and digging the story in general. What's going on there? Batwoman. Who's Batwoman?
Um, she's this redhead chick.
Who is she when she's not Batwoman?
Um,
Don't know.
I read Batwoman for a while, but I don't remember what her real name is.
And what relation she has? Does she know any of these? You know what I mean?
I mean, she knows them, but I don't think she's like related to.
Okay, I'm just curious. I didn't
remember.
research it all. Just read into it. She's a badass of the Batman crew for sure.
Yeah, she's cool. I remember liking her.
Yeah, I mean,
don't-
second to Batman, she's got skills. It seems like she's got more skills than Nightwing, to be honest.
Yeah.
And she's running the show pretty much after Batman for sure. But anyways, yeah. So that's my what's going on with Batman right now. And then I started reading Why the Last Man. So I got a lot to say about Why. First of all, have you ever read it?
No.
Okay, so I honestly hadn't heard of it until we started doing the show, and then so many people said that we had to, and it was
Same,
in
yeah.
some of those lists and whatnot.
Yep.
So obviously, I'm reading Saga right now, and it's by the guy who wrote Saga as well, along with another person.
Oh, is it?
Yep, and but this is pretty much older. So this is what he started his career writing for Marvel and DC, and this is kind of his first breakaway on his own story or whatnot.
Yeah.
And I was reading, his Wikipedia page, and it's talking about how, what his complaint about comics is basically what mine has been lately is that, the Marvel and DC stuff like never has an act 3. It's just this ongoing soap opera that doesn't have a true end to it. And so Why was his first book that he wrote that, was a whole story beginning to end in it.
Yeah.
Came out in 2003. Now it's funny. So, the basic premise, which spoilers for a comic book that's 15 years old, I won't go into big spoilers, but just the basic deal of it and why it's called Why is, basically anybody, any male, and not just people, but mammals on the planet that have a Y chromosome die all at the same time, except for him and this monkey that he's got as a pet. And just the very start of it, it's funny. So the comic came out in 2003, and it's funny, like from the get-go, pretty unpolitically correct for an indie comic. The way that they draw the female characters. At some point he was referring to something that was stupid and called it retarded in the middle of it. Like, the PC filter is way off, which, like I say, I'm not used to in indie comics. You know what I mean? They're usually a little bit more, they try to break away from the image that women seem to have in the mainstream Marvel DC stuff and how they're portrayed and all that. And this doesn't do that at all. And I'm not sure if it's on purpose or if it's just that 15 years ago people gave it less of a shit about that or not. So yeah, we'll see.
Later.
Yeah, a couple episodes in, and also the artwork is very old school comic-y artwork. It's not kind of artsy and weird in the way that Saga is. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. Super traditional as far as is penciling comic books go. So I'm not sure yet. Again, if that's the point or if that's just the age that it was in. Yeah. But we'll see. But I'd suggest if you can find that one too, it'd be cool to kind of go through that together a little bit and talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm only 2.5 episodes through that one.
for sure.
Yeah, but totally. I wanted to pick now that. So the one last thing, like I've been reading Ready Player One, the novel, and I finished that this week. So that's what I decided that I would jump back into comics. Reading Saga, and I'm trying to write about Saga as I read through it. So that slows me down. So why I'm
Yeah.
just trying to blow through it now. That's the book that I'm reading now.
Nice.
Is my plan.
Yeah.
And just
Oh,
real
and
quick, I'm sorry.
I think I watched some Luke Cage too. That was what else I did.
Okay, how far into it are you?
I don't know, I'm like 4 or 5.
Okay, so I'm 3 episodes into Luke Cage at this
Yeah.
point. Yep, still digging it. Not as much as just today I watched Daredevil season 2 episode 10. So I got 3 episodes left,
Yeah.
and it's getting awesome. It's so
Yeah.
awesome right now. The way that they're bringing everything together at the end, and again, I won't go into spoilers maybe until I finish it. But it's shockingly good. And I haven't found the same thing out of Luke Cage yet. You know, we kind of talked a little bit about its action light.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we can't really go into spoilers too much.
Yeah, I'll just say the last thing that I saw was the rocket launcher.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's right where I'm at with it. But yeah.
Well, I want to. I want to say something that's kind of spoilers that we talked about, but not really. Like I feel like maybe it's apparent to some people,
Maybe
but it
what?
wasn't. So maybe it's apparent to some people, but it wasn't to us. We weren't sure. We'll just
What
say
about
about
the time period?
frame. The time frame has become clear.
Okay, it hasn't for me, so let's keep that on the DL.
Okay.
DL
All
for
right.
now.
All right.
So are you digging it more, less, good? Like, what are your thoughts on it where you're at?
I mean, I'm still into it. I like it a lot. When everybody first watched it, people who had obviously watched it all the way through, they were ranting and raving about it. And
Right.
I'm honestly not to that point yet. I mean, I'd really like it. It's another good Netflix Marvel series, but it's not like blowing my mind amazing at this point yet. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm with you. I like it. I'm definitely gonna watch it. I want to watch all this stuff through the Defenders. But so far, Jessica Jones and Daredevil I enjoyed more.
Jessica Jones for sure. Yeah. Yep.
So let's see what else. Oh, and we played a lot of Diablo again.
Oh yeah, Diablo.
Played a good amount of that last night.
Pretty fun.
How you feeling on the Diablo tip?
I'm liking it. I feel like my character build's pretty good. Like I don't have I have like no defense or armor, but I'm still rocking it. I feel like I'm like just as powerful as you and Oliver, even though if I get hit, I'm like fucked. But
Right.
It's okay.
So
I don't know. I like it.
I feel like we're all like around level 20, and I feel like we're still right at the beginning of the game. Like it's obvious that it's way faster leveling than when we played it last, right?
Seems like it, yeah.
I mean, I went
I
through
don't. I
like
mean,
4
I
or
don't
5
know.
levels.
I don't remember what level we ended at last time. I guess.
I'm not sure, but I felt like 50 was the cap, and we didn't hit that. That's what I
Yeah.
felt like, you know.
I feel like we could almost up it to expert. Like even when we ran into those hordes that were kind of tough last night, they still weren't that tough.
Yeah, it won't let me. It's locked.
Oh really?
Yep.
Hard's the farthest we can go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Totally.
Does
yeah.
seem too easy though, right?
It does. Yes. I agree. Again, it just seems like it's balanced now to get everybody to the end quick. You know what I mean? Like all the like Destiny or whatever else, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I don't necessarily like that sometimes.
Yeah, I agree. For how we're trying to play it anyways.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
I'm with you there. All right, so yeah, I guess the one of the things I had to say about what I'd done this past week is played Tales from the Borderlands. Man,
We're gonna
episode
spoil that, or
no, not today. Episode 1 though, I all I can say is it's awesome, awesome, awesome. So
no.
good. Unbelievably
Yeah,
good.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it is my favorite of all the Telltale games so far. I mean,
Is
it's
it
amazing how good,
more
especially
more than the first Walking Dead?
yeah,
Okay,
yep.
I feel like
So,
episode 1 anyways was.
yeah. No, more than all of them. Yeah, I was so into it. That's why I keep telling you you need to play it. But it's yeah, so awesome. And you would think, The Walking Dead has such a big, crazy storyline to be, that you would just automatically assume that's going to be the better one because Borderlands is just a crazy kind of video game and it has a decent story. But you'd think of all the Telltale series that it came up, this one would be kind of the hardest one to make a
Right.
good story about, but it's better than all of them. It's so good.
Yeah, and to me, it's instantly made Borderlands infinitely cooler
Oh yeah,
too.
no, yeah, the whole thing, yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, it
Borderland,
expands the Borderlands universe there and makes it sick.
yeah, like Borderlands always had great characters, but the story was just try and get to the
Yeah,
vault to
yeah,
get some treasure. You know what I mean? Like that's
yeah,
all the and it seemed like even like the little side stories and just how funny the characters were made it the best. And until they did the Tiny Tina DLC, which
yeah,
we need to
yeah,
get back to one of these days. But
yeah,
yeah, this this just the way that the story goes and how it splits between the two people. And again, I'm not going to spoil anything or whatever.
yeah.
I am surprised. Like you played it before we finished Borderlands 2, correct?
Yeah, and I loved all the characters so much more
So
after playing.
I feel like the only character that's crossed over so far is the one that's the Hunter S. Thompson guy, Shink or whatever his name is.
Yeah,
And
it,
even that, like, it was cool how they crossed. Like, anybody who hasn't played Borderlands 2 wouldn't get the jokes that he kind of made through
yeah,
it, you know? And then it obviously happens story wise after Borderlands 2, right?
yeah,
I mean, that's clear what's
yeah,
going on there. So yeah, anyways, and then the one last thing that I can say about it without going spoilery on it itself, because I can't recommend it highly enough for anybody,
yeah.
especially if you played Borderlands in the past.
Or if
The
you like Telltale games, you don't even have to have played Borderlands.
Yeah, but if you have played Borderlands,
Then you
like
have to play it. Yeah,
yeah, and it totally to me what was going on at the end, like the environment with all of the what do you call them? Not raiders, uh, but the bandits. What
and,
I can't think of the right term for them, but you know they took the Mad Max aesthetic of that to the next level.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? It was so cool, just the action that went down at the end there, and
yeah.
how that like post
Okay,
apocalypse.
I remember how it ends now. Yeah,
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 right. Not and not on and not being on Earth makes it kind of cooler too because it's almost sci-fi ish or whatever. But
yeah.
but yeah,
These songs.
just go ahead.
Uh, Never mind.
But yeah, just like when that final scene of
What?
that was going on and the action that was going on around it, I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. Even
Yeah,
outside of the story and stuff, is just the like I say that apocalyptic wasteland craziness
yeah,
that
yeah,
is the setting of that game. Like, just was dialed up to 10. You know what I mean?
yeah. It's awesome.
So cool. So yeah, I can't wait to play more of that.
Yep.
Totally stoked on that for sure.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
Yep. So yeah, that's what I got. You got anything else from the past week?
I cut my hair right after we filmed the last
Oh, there you
episode.
go. Yep. Squeaky clean.
I mean, that's yeah, that's about it.
All right, cool. So
Yeah,
I kind of figured that we could kind of do this week's show basically around the four big trailers. And then we were going to do spoilers on Walking Dead, what went down on at the start of the new season this week. So the four big trailers being Logan, Guardians of the Galaxy, Red Dead Redemption, and the Nintendo Switch. I kind of feel like Nintendo Switch kind of has the most to talk about, so let's put that towards the end.
All right.
Other than that, what do you want to do? The other three, pick one.
Logan.
All right, go.
Looks awesome. I was I don't know so are we spoilers for the trailers here?
I think yes. Yeah, let's go spoilers on trailers.
If you
yes.
haven't seen these trailers yet.
So again, let's just go spoilers for the rest of the show. If you
Okay.
care about not spoiling any of this stuff for yourself, then yeah, go watch the stuff and come back. If you don't like watching trailers because it ruins the movies for you, I get it.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.
We'll catch you next week when we'll go non-spoiler. But yeah, again, Guardians of the Galaxy trailer that just came out, the Logan trailer that came out, Red Dead Redemption trailer that just came out, and then the Nintendo Switch trailer. All that stuff. That's where we're going from here. And we'll do Walking Dead at the end. So if you like watching trailers, you don't want to be spoiled on Walking Dead, you can hop out then. We'll give you another chance. But for right now, that's where we're going. Let's go full of spoilers and all this stuff. So yeah, Logan. Start with Logan.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Logan. Okay. So we both feel like he's gonna die at the end of it. Maybe.
I think so.
Most likely.
This is Hugh Jackman's last movie.
Yeah.
So he has to.
Probably. Yeah.
Yep.
And him being with Professor X, spiraling in that car, and X-23 looking badass. But what I didn't realize is, I don't know if you've been on the internet and seen the memes or anything, but a lot of people are comparing it to Last of Us, which I can see the comparison.
Okay, so maybe, yeah, sure. And I guess big difference would be the world doesn't rely on her survival.
Yeah,
You know.
maybe unless you save the world in the future.
Sure, right. Even that though.
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
People, yeah, exactly. But I feel like that's subconsciously that made it more hype for me watching it, maybe
Sure.
because my mind was probably making those connections in the background. You know, the mentor who doesn't really want to deal with the girl, but she needs his help. He ends up pulling through, like helping her out. I don't know.
So-
Either way,
Well, we're going full spoilers. Do you know what's her story in the comics? I don't know it at all.
she's
know?
she's a clone. She's
Of
a
him?
clone of Logan. Yeah.
So how can she be a clone and be female?
Yeah. She was a female clone.
Female clone. Okay, all right. Comic books. So the out of like did she come like out of the experiments
She's from like a Weapon X facility type thing. She has
Okay.
a trigger scent in the comic books where if this scent comes out, she goes totally apeshit and just kills everyone.
Okay.
Sorry. I think she kind of learned how to control the trigger scent, or maybe she didn't. I don't know. It's like her kryptonite. It's like the trigger scent. Once that
Did
comes
she-
out, she berserko.
Did she have claws before? Are those claws just pure blades? Is there bone underneath those?
It's a good question.
Don't
if
know.
she's a clone, you would
Think
there
so?
probably would be bones. But I've never seen her with bones ever. It's always been she has two blades, and
Right.
she also has feet. She has one blade on each foot.
Okay.
So
I didn't know
Logan doesn't have foot blades.
Right. Right.
But I don't know. Yeah, it looks hype.
Yeah. So right, the song and stuff as well. The
Yeah.
Johnny Cash 9 Inch Nails song is
Johnny Cash, Nine Inch Nails cover.
yeah, perfect. And I feel like so a lot of people kind of hate on the X-Men movies. And they're nowhere near as good as what Disney's done with their side of the Marvel movies. I feel like from the get-go, all the way through, to be honest, and even the Wolverine Origins movies that everybody really hates, I feel like all those movies were good enough. They're certainly,
Yeah.
they're not. Like I say, they're not as good as the Disney ones, but they're
Way better than the recent DC ones.
way better than the recent DC ones, way better than the Fantastic Four movies,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
way better than the old Hulk movies.
They're definitely in second place.
Yes, right. They're that
Sure.
right. They're that next tier down, and so I am kind of stoked for where they could go from in terms of like if they get it's obviously the strongest Fox franchise, and now with Deadpool being so popular too, it would be cool like to have a future where
That was the other comic news I heard. The director dropped out.
oh yeah, the new Deadpool movie, yeah, right. Him and Ryan Reynolds are in a fight or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep, totally. But yeah, I feel like there could be a good future where the X-Men movies are kind of weirder, not the traditional
Yeah.
90s X-Men.
Legion looks dope.
Yeah, right, and and throw Deadpool into that mix too. Like I just feel like they're on the verge of doing something cool with all that stuff.
For sure. Yeah.
Totally,
For sure. Love the X-Men.
totally. So Guardians.
Guardians.
So
Can't wait.
yeah, I feel like I can't believe how hyped a 30-second presentation of one joke got me. Like,
Yeah.
I just feel like my concern is that Guardians of the Galaxy was like lightning in a bottle, and they're not going to be able to replicate something that cool
Yeah.
again. And just the tone of this trailer was perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was perfect.
I guess maybe that's the difference. I hadn't lost any faith. I knew the second one would be just as good. And when I saw the trailer, I was like, yes,
Right.
just as good. But I don't know.
Yeah, just so the whole joke being that whatever the two people in the world, those who dance and those who don't, sort of thing, and then the way that Drax just doesn't understand humans at all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Was perfect.
Yeah.
And tried to give a hug and just kind of interspersed with the action clips with Star-Lord flying up and with Gamora running and jumping and like smashing somebody down with the sword and stuff. Like awesome
Yep.
stuff.
Totally.
Why is Rocket hanging around with whoever Merle is in Guardians of the Galaxy? That's a question. And then I just feel like the whole in the comics, because you've read a good bit of Guardians, right?
Yeah.
So who's Star-Lord's dad? Well, we're going full spoilers here. So you don't know?
Peter Quill's his name, right?
Yeah.
It's like Robert Quill or something. I don't know. He's
'Cause
Star-Lord's dad.
In the first movie, he's clearly some alien that the whatever the bounty hunter smugglers came to Earth on a mission to pick up Star-Lord and bring him to his dad.
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
I don't think he's an alien. I think maybe they captured him or something.
no, he's clearly an alien. Like that's what they're saying. That's why Star-Lord's different than other humans and whatnot. I thought.
Okay.
I thought he was clearly an alien. So
I didn't. Maybe I need to rewatch the movie.
okay.
I don't think in the books his dad was an alien.
No. Okay. All right. Well, anyways, tons left to discover. So that whatever that movie's next summer. That's a long ways away. Logan's going to come out before that movie even comes out. But just like I say, that movie came out of nowhere to be one of the coolest movies of all time. And just stoked to see that again.
Yep,
See that
for
coming.
sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Anything else?
Not really.
All right, Red Dead. You can go first on Red Dead.
Red Dead looks awesome. I can't wait to ride my horse around there, explore those territories. Maybe catch a better horse. I don't know. I love Red Dead. It looks awesome. I mean, we'll see how the multiplayer goes. We talked about that.
Yeah, not in here though.
What?
Not on the show though.
Well, yeah. I mean, should it be? You don't think it's going to be just like an MMO? No, right? I mean, it'd be like more like GTA Online, where you do heists and stuff. I would assume.
I guess I don't know what to think. Speculation before the trailer came out, with people on the internet were talking about how because there was that picture of just the 7 people standing on the horizon or whatever, is that it might be to some degree that the game's going to be multiplayer based, not a single player based experience like all the GTAs and original Red Dead games were.
Yeah.
That trailer doesn't really go one way or the other than at the end, there's the 7 dudes hauling ass on horses over a
Yep.
hill. It could just be like Grand Theft Auto 5, where you're switching between different character stories to go through the game. But the reason that the speculation kind of came up is because essentially Grand Theft Auto Online is so popular right now and making just insane money.
Yeah.
Insane money. So
Really?
yeah, so it just seems like a logical conclusion that Rockstar would want to take their future into
Multiplayer.
yeah, right, into multiplayer sort of deal. So I don't know if we're talking, like you say, MMO, or if we're talking about just a co-op game where
Yeah.
more kind of quest based or whatever, but not necessarily. I don't know, kind of like an MMO.
If that's the case, like I would almost prefer it to be a co-op where you can join up with your friends in the game
Sure.
and play throughout the story, or play it solo. I don't want random cowboys jumping around my fucking.
Yeah, when you go into town, people teabagging
Yeah.
each other and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Right.
exactly. Yeah,
Right.
I definitely wouldn't like that with that. If that's what they were doing, I wouldn't be down. But if it was, you can do all these missions solo or with friends or whatever, that would be dope. Like, I don't know, but it looks awesome. I mean, everything in it looks great. As far as graphics go, the saloon, the wilderness,
Yeah, I mean, my hope would be that it is single player and that it does that it improves upon, that it feels more like The Witcher than like Grand Theft Auto.
well, yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's
Same here. Yeah,
that's
that would
my
be
hope. It just seems like Grand Theft Auto and even Red Dead to the same degree has always had terrible gunplay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That action never feels right. So it'd be
Yeah.
great if they could fix that, but just have it be like I say, like I would love, whatever, Witcher 3 in the Old West more than
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5 in the Old West.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So hopefully they're going that way. And again, it would be awesome if when we have Sunday game night that we're playing that together
Oh yeah.
instead of it being a purely a one player deal.
Yeah, that would be sweet.
Yep. So yeah, I guess my hope would be, ultimately is that it's a single player game where you're in a crew of 7, and at any point, friends can pop in as one of those
Be part
7.
of that group.
Yeah, right. So if you didn't have friends playing, however, they could just be AI or
That
whatever.
would be awesome.
Right. So that would be sweet. So, anyways, and the only other thing that I have to say about that trailer is that I feel like 100% it started now, we're looking at a version of the game that won't be on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah.
For
Yep.
sure. That's
Most likely, yeah. That was
that's the
pumped up graphics.
4K HDR
Yep.
out version that
The
I won't
sun.
see.
Yeah. The lighting and everything. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The future's stupid.
It is. At least we can still play it.
I'll still play it. Yes, I will still play it. Absolutely. But I'm mad about that.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Yeah.
So,
So
anything else on that?
that's it. Switch it up.
Looks good. Switch it up, huh? Okay. So, talking about the Switch. So, undoubtedly, the biggest news of the week. I almost have thought that Red Dead was going to steal its thunder because it came out right after it. But is the Nintendo Switch got announced with basically Nintendo didn't have a press conference or whatever, put out this trailer that is essentially a bunch of 28-year-olds
Yeah.
playing with
Not
the
a
new
single
Nintendo
child.
console. Right, right.
I thought about that almost instantly. I was like, really? But
Yeah.
yeah.
So what do you think? What do you, we can break it down a little bit more. What's your first initial impressions though?
Um, I mean, looks sweet. I don't know. I like the concept. I like being able to drop it in that dock, play it on your TV, take it on the go, play with the controllers on the side, take them off if you want, play with a pro controller. I mean, it's cool. um, it's pretty stupid that they're not even trying to compete with the current gen consoles. Um, what is it? Xbox 360 and like PS3 graphics.
Uh, well, so I think it's better than that. I think that the Wii, it's somewhere between Wii U and PS4.
You think?
Yes, it's going to be more powerful than Wii U, which is less powerful than PS4.
Yeah. Are you sure though? I mean, it's using like a tablet processor.
I'm not sure, but that's what all the speculation that I've heard is for sure, is that it's somewhere in between.
Thing is, it's using tablet technology, not computer technology. So, I mean, it doesn't stand a chance. Although it did show Skyrim. Is that you would assume that Skyrim remastered, huh?
So, yes, you would assume that.
But can you fit Skyrim remastered on a game card that's fucking 1 by 1.5 inches or whatever?
Right. So, yeah, I feel like there was all kinds of hype. It seems like the overwhelming response on our Facebook group and people talking about it on the internet was this thing's cool, I want it, sort of thing. When I look at it, I think this is going to be the next thing that is just going to have Nintendo properties on it. I feel like is Skyrim. Bethesda comes out like that was. Everybody acts like that's a big kind of statement. Is that Skyrim's on it? I feel like Skyrim's going to be. We can all. That's a 6-year-old game.
Well, yeah, that's kind of how I feel too.
Right.
That's what everyone I've talked to about. It's like it's got Skyrim. I'm like, what from fucking 10 years ago?
Right. It's not gonna have Red Dead Redemption. It's not gonna have Cyberpunk.
Let's see The Witcher 3 on it. The Witcher 3 would get me more hyped than
Skyrim.
Skyrim on it.
Right. But even if they did have Witcher 3, like I feel like, yeah, right. It doesn't because it can't. And then I feel like beyond that, it's it's not gonna have the upcoming big games that we want to play for sure. It's not going to be on it.
There's no chance for it to compete with the current consoles. Like we've been saying, it's your second console,
right?
Or your side thing. If you got $300 to drop on the newest Nintendo product that has all their new cool shit, then yeah,
cool.
You're gonna get it,
right?
But if you don't, and you're debating of whether buying a couple new PS4 games or getting this, then who knows? I mean,
Yeah, and for me, like I feel like I'm gonna get Breath of the Wild on the Wii U because I have a Wii U.
well, that's the problem for me is I don't have a Wii U.
Right, right. But yeah, so for me, I feel like show me what's the next game that I care about after that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Pokemon.
I don't know if I don't care about Pokemon, to be honest.
I feel like they're not even gonna do the mainstream Pokemon games on it. I feel like they're not from the way they've been talking about it. They're saying it's not replacing the 3DS from like everything I read. They still want to sell 1 million 3DSs by Pokemon.
They say that every single time they make new hardware, and it dies immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah, every
But
single
have they
time.
ever had Pokemon on a home system? No. I don't.
No, but they're
have
not
any
making.
faith.
But they're not making a new handheld anymore. It'll
Yeah.
have the next Pokemon After Sun and Moon will be on this. They're not going to put it out on the 2DS that nobody plays anymore.
I don't know about that.
I'm telling you, I guarantee it.
I need proof. Or that's like my deciding factor, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, so then that's
No
what
one
that's what you
said
wait
that.
for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what you wait for before you buy it, sort of thing.
Yep. Exactly.
You know.
So why not say that now if that's going to be the case?
Because they want to sell Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why. It's going to be 3
Yeah.
years from now before they say that.
Yeah, probably.
You know.
But, yep.
So yeah, I feel like you kind of nailed everything right there. To me, I think if this is my thing, it's too big to fit in a pocket. Even my Vita, which I feel like is big, I can fit inside a coat pocket if I'm careful with it.
Yeah.
That thing's too big to go in my pocket. It's undoubtedly going to be too expensive for me to just give to the kids in the backseat of the car when we take a long
Yep.
drive, or let the kids each have one, which they have. You can buy a 2DS right now for $80.
Yeah.
Give those to the kids. Do whatever they want with it. Use it like a frisbee. I don't care. That's not going to be the case with this thing. So
No, yeah. It's all in that. It's all there. Your whole system is in that tablet.
Right. So yeah, I just feel like Nintendo needs to give up the ghost on the fact that people don't play handhelds anymore. I wish it was a home console that was on par with the competition.
Yeah, they're trying to. Yeah, and just how they're trying to, with like you said, everyone's over 28. They're trying to appeal to adults. Like, this is not going to be the adults' next console. This is for kids still. Like, I mean, with the games coming out on it, adults are going to sit on their fucking couch, play their fucking newest games on the PS4 over the headset and talk to each other. Nintendo's not going to change that with the Switch.
I agree 100%. And I feel like when they showed the scenes of people in public taking those controllers off, so like when they showed the NBA game where everybody has that teeny little phone in their hand, no chance I'm ever doing that.
Real, that shit is so small.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like with my hands, I would be like, bah, bah, bah. This fucking sucks. Fuck this.
right. Like I don't get that at all, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't understand why is that even included at all. It should just be either those things are attached on the side of it, or when you're at home you use a Pro controller.
Yeah.
It should come
That's
with
the one thing with the guy in the airplane. Like, if you're using both of them, you just have no middle piece.
I would never do that.
I wonder how well it would work like that.
Yeah, right. That's what I would never do that. I would hold the whole thing in my hand.
Yeah,
So it's
same here.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every handheld that's ever been made before. So yeah, I don't want to shit on it too much because Nintendo makes awesome games. Over the past couple of years, when I got back into Nintendo, because the kids were the right age for it, the first party Nintendo games are awesome.
Yep.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't talk bad about anybody who bought this thing or who's excited for it. But for me, it's like, I don't know. I feel like if Nintendo was smart, they could be in a place where they were my only console. And
Well, yeah.
and they're not. That's not what they're doing. They're
Nope.
making themselves the secondary machine. Um, you know, I got to say, like, to be absolutely honest, after seeing this, I think, when we're sitting here 3-4 years down the line, it's not going to be successful.
Well, yeah.
And whether Nintendo's done or not, what I wish was just that whatever I could play the new Zelda and Metroid games on my PS4 with all
Yeah.
with Red Dead and
Yeah.
in sports games, and you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's just so stupid.
Yeah. I mean, they have to know that they're not a part of the console wars.
Right.
It's still going to be PS4 versus Xbox, and they have to
Well,
know there's no chance they have to compete with either of them.
right, and so that's what I feel like is that, so because of that they're trying to go again like they were successful with the Wii, where they just did this weird thing that everybody thought was cool and it sold a lot of them.
Yeah.
I
So,
wish, as a hardcore gamer, that's not what I want. I want
yeah, we just want to be able to play the Nintendo games
right.
on a console that can play every other game.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So
So I
yeah.
gotta take a pee break. Should we do it live or should
Sure. Go ahead.
it?
You already broke that barrier. Go ahead.
All right. Next subject then. What are we going on to The Walking Dead?
Yeah. So, while Corey's being here, thanks for watching, everybody. That's our thoughts. Sorry, we disagree with everybody on the Nintendo. The now that I'm thinking about it, you shouldn't do this ever again. Very makes me very uncomfortable to look you in the eyes while you're taking a pee.
This is the last one.
Right in front of you.
So here we go.
So if you haven't left already,
Oh
and you're
yeah.
thinking about
Slide loose.
let us know in the comments what you think about this. Man, it's so uncomfortable. It makes me feel so uncomfortable. Way
All
too
right.
personal. Way too personal there. So, as I was saying, if you we're gonna go full spoilers. Season 7, 8, whatever it is, of The Walking Dead just started last night. Obviously, the big the big cliffhanger that they put up from last week.
Last year.
So we're going there. If you don't want to be a part of that conversation, see you later. Thanks for watching. Appreciate y'all. We'll
Thanks,
talk to you next
everybody.
week. For everybody else, we're going to go in 3, 2, 1. So,
I can't believe they went there with the eye popping.
so right? Yeah, that was that was pretty hardcore. So, first of all, for us who are both into the comics and the TV show, I guess that's where the conversation's going. If you're into the TV show and don't want comic spoilers, then check out as well. Yeah. So I don't know. What do you think? I'll let you start. I'll let you go. We haven't, me and you haven't talked about this yet. So what are your thoughts?
Pretty, mainly way more brutal than I thought they were going to take it.
Yeah.
I almost thought they were going to cut away. Like, the double kill, I don't know, it didn't really shock me that much. Like, once Daryl jumped in there, and he was like, okay, first one was free. I was like, oh, fuck, double kill coming up. Like, and then, I mean, obviously they're both dead in the comics, so
Right.
they just caught up to that. First, I mean, obviously Abraham got shot by the arrow, and then Glenn got taken out with the bat. And
Yeah, it like we both, when we were kind of talking trash about this before, I think we both were kind of speculating that it would probably be Abraham,
Abraham, yeah,
right? And
because he got taken out first, and he was still alive. And Glenn's such a big character, we figured they would draw him out more, but nope.
Yeah, so yeah, at that moment, when it started out and it was Abraham, I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of what I thought would happen.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the 20 minutes in, and that first, like, he just turns around, smack, and hits Glenn on the head. It is funny, the wife sitting next to me was going, oh, and I had to keep my mouth shut, and I was just like, yep,
Yep.
that's what happened.
I
And
know.
she's like, man, I would have given up Eugene, uh, the
I forgot there were
Sasha,
those side
yeah,
characters.
like, right. She's like, I would have given up four of
Rosita.
them to keep Glenn. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Nope.
funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I feel like, so first of all, I do have to say, I know this is his first kind of show, so I'm going to give the guy more of a chance. I don't like Negan.
He's way more badass in the comics.
Yeah, so in
Sure.
the comics, he's probably the best character in the comics now.
Definitely.
You,
Definitely top three.
right, and because his character is so strong and so good, it's like you can't help but kind of rooting for him. Like this guy so far anyways is just like evil. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? The rest of the personality isn't there,
Yeah.
you
But it
know.
kind of really wasn't up until this point in the comic. I mean, this is where they first met him, and he just destroyed Glenn with Lucille. But you hadn't really seen his good side of this, or his.
No, but he had more personality still.
Yeah, well, he did. Yeah.
And it's not just the F bombs.
Yeah.
Just the way that he kind of joked and stuff in between things, and like his
Yeah.
confidence and whatnot was
The
way
Carl arm thing.
was
I
way
thought
cooler,
Carl's arm was gonna go.
right?
But,
I kind of guessed that he was going to stop him halfway through. That he just wanted to make Rick his bitch. You
yeah.
know what I mean? And once he did that, he wouldn't need to do that to the kid, sort of thing. But yeah, it was like I feel like I don't like Negan as much so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Agreed.
Yeah, we'll see where that goes. I also feel like the drive in the RV was stupid. I feel like there's just too much of you put yourself in Rick's place and you take your shot at Negan at some point in that RV ride. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
just the fact that Rick didn't kind of lends
Yeah.
less kind of credence to it and stuff. You know what I mean? I feel like they could have eliminated that part from the show and done the whole
They
Carl
could've.
arm thing, and it would have been much better.
Done what?
Just the Carl arm thing
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
the RV ride, and it would have been just as effective of making sure that Negan showed them all who was boss.
Yeah. Yeah. It almost feels like the RV ride was just a filler to make the 2 kills one episode.
Right, right. And then I was talking with Dad about this earlier today. In the the biggest difference between the TV show and the books is in the TV show, Rick went after premeditatedly killed Negan's people without being attacked. And so in the TV show, this is absolutely like they had it coming,
Well, yeah. Yeah.
right? I mean, they deserved
yeah.
that.
It's surprising that he only took out 2 when you think about it from that aspect.
Right.
Because they took out the whole fucking complex in
Right.
the middle of the night. Fucking
Right.
killed them
Well,
all.
and it's because Negan is smart and he needs people. He needs people to work for him,
Yeah.
sort of thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, right.
That does take away from it, yeah. I mean, they did kind of have it coming.
Right. And in the and in the books that's not the case. In the books it was that, Rick previously met the Hilltop people in the kingdom and they were all on Negan's working for Negan, and then Rick said, we don't have a farm or whatever to contribute to you guys. Well, how we can contribute is by making Negan stop, and then you guys hook us up or whatever. And then that scene happened the first time you met Negan or whatever. So
Yeah.
in the book, Negan was way more kind of sinister because those murders were unprovoked.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
For sure.
so yeah, interesting kind of difference or whatnot between the whole thing too. But but yeah, it's you know, this is basically like the catch line of the show was, you know, this is the new beginning or whatever. Knowing where Negan's character's at now in the comics and everything,
Yeah.
you know, really kind of makes it feel like that. You know what I mean? I'm interested to see how it
Oh
all
yeah.
plays out and whatnot, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I really want to see how they do it for sure.
Yeah, and just the other thing that kind of struck me, having read the books and whatnot, is knowing how they, you know, at the moment when Rick's like, "I'm going to kill you," at some point here, I'm going to kill you, and just knowing that that's not the decision that gets made for the sake of humanity
The community and
and stuff like
yeah,
that, right? So, you know, just kind of interesting to think back on, you know, how much whatever people change and in the going forward of the story and whatnot, you know.
yeah. It always freaks me out reading the book that Andrea is still alive.
Right?
Because I feel like that's the biggest difference, besides maybe Daryl.
Yeah, right. So that is absolutely that's why I almost wish it wasn't Glenn,
Yeah,
because I
same
like
here.
the book and the show are now very close. They're very
Yeah,
similar.
they made it closer by with this episode by killing them both in one
Yep.
episode.
Yep.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Yeah, is now all of a sudden they just caught up with the book. Besides Andrea
Yep.
and
And Daryl.
and Daryl.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep, exactly. Exactly. I'm with you. With you 100% there. So yeah, we'll see. In general, I feel like, you know, the cliffhanger thing was stupid. We've talked about that before. The
yeah,
show's good enough that it doesn't need to try and suck people back in with the cliffhanger. Negan's not as good as he is in the comics,
yeah.
and they're too similar now. Like in general, don't
They
get me
are too
wrong.
similar.
I'm gonna keep watching, but they're losing me a little bit in a way that the comics aren't at all. The
Yeah,
comics, I can't wait for the next comic to come
yeah.
out every
I wouldn't say they're losing me.
month.
I mean, I guess maybe kind of. I was disappointed that they took them both out for sure.
Right. Yeah, I just feel like when the stuff was going on with the governor and Herschel and the prison and all that stuff, it was like week after week they were on fire with what they're doing, and it was different than the book, and you know, but then same in some ways. And this show did do that too by making it be the trick double thing as well, but just not as good as it has in the past. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
and whereas the comic book absolutely is awesome.
yeah.
You know, totally
We're
awesome.
talking about continuing series with no end. Walking
Correct.
Dead does really well.
Yep. Yep. I
If
agree.
you compare, like, you put it in a different category. Like earlier when you were talking about like why and how it has a third part or whatever. The
Yep.
Walking Dead still really doesn't, but it for some reason doesn't really take away from it.
Yeah, so because the story remains interesting in most
Yeah.
cases, that's it seems like, you know, people are grasping at straws at some point, and that
Yeah, I
point
guess
hasn't happened yet.
Marvel. Yeah, every once in a while you get a shitty writer, and then you just kind of ride that out until the next good writer comes in.
Right, in Marvel and DC, it can have good arcs, but but it's never like you say, there's never an Act 3.
Yeah. But,
Totally. All right, that's all I
alright,
got. How about you?
that's about it.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This has
Yep.
been episode 23, Comically Gaming. We love you.
Yep.
See you next week.
Thanks, everybody. All right.